What's up, family? It's me, your boy, your urban sports guru, and here I'm conducting my classes in Bracketology 101. Bracketology 101. We're gonna go through the entire bracket, and I'm gonna pick every single game for y'all correctly. This is what the fuck I do. I remember in 2001, I picked every game correctly except for two, and this is what we're gonna do today while we're here on this video. So right now, let's get cracking. We're going to start off in the Midwest. The number one seed in the Midwest, Carolina, will beat Iona. Sorry to fans of Iona College. Y'all are not beating North Carolina. Then we have 8-9 matchup, Washington versus Utah State. That's a good matchup, but 8-9 matchups are supposed to be good. It's supposed to go 50-50, and this is a 50-50 game. I'm going to give it to Utah State. Then next, the 12-5 matchup will be my first bracket buster. Shout out to my homegirl, Emily. My homegirl, Emily, who's an alum of New Mexico State. My first bracket buster, I got New Mexico State beating Auburn. Yes, I am New Mexico State beating Auburn. I like New Mexico State. I'm not just saying that because I got friends who went there. I actually like them as a basketball team. Good record this year. I think they're gonna beat Auburn. Auburn can be beat. People look because they won the SEC. Auburn's a flawed team. They're a flawed team. And then you have Kansas versus Northeastern. Shout out to my bro T Black. He's an alum of Northeastern. They got a chance to give Kansas a game. That's about it. Kansas will still win. Bill Self will not lose in the first round. Next, 6-11, we have Ohio State versus Iowa State. I like Iowa State in that game. Not just because I hate Ohio State. I hate Ohio State in football. I don't dislike them in basketball. But I think Iowa State's a better team. Then my sleeper, the fact that they was only a number 3 seed, I thought they should have been a number 2 seed at least. Houston Cougars against Georgia State. They will beat Georgia State. But as far as us in the tri-state area, I think Seton Hall is going to make us proud. Seton Hall is going to make us proud. And they are going to beat Wofford in the first round. Then you have Kentucky versus Abilene Christian. Kentucky's going to win that. Now, that's 64 to round of 32. Carolina versus Utah State is going to be North Carolina. New Mexico State versus Kansas. I like New Mexico State. I like New Mexico State. Then you have Iowa State versus Houston. I like Houston. We have Seton Hall versus Kentucky. Seton Hall's already beaten Kentucky this year. I like Seton Hall. Now we have in the round of 16, the Sweet 16, we have North Carolina versus New Mexico State. I'm going to take North Carolina. Houston versus Seton Hall. I'm taking H-Town. Carolina versus Houston. Taking Carolina to make it to the Final Four out in the Midwest region. And then we go to the South. Number 1, we have Virginia against Gardner-Webb. Virginia will not lose to a 16 seed 2 years in a row. It's not going to happen. It's only happened one time in the history of the sport. It's not going to happen 2 years in a row. Ole Miss versus Oklahoma. Shout out to my beautiful friend. My beautiful friend, very beautiful friend, Elizabeth. Miss Oklahoma herself. And Oklahoma's going to win that game. Then we have Wisconsin versus Oregon. Wisconsin normally always does well in the tournament because they traditionally have these big corn-fed white boys, and they defend and they kill you on the glass. But Oregon is always very, very athletic. They always have somebody that can run and jump and protect the rim. And I like Oregon. I like Oregon in that game. Then you have Kansas State versus UC Irvine. Kansas State versus UC Irvine. Kansas State has a hard time scoring. I'm going to take UC Irvine. Take a UC Irvine in that game. Bracket buster, 13/4. Yeah, I said it. I said it. Then we have Villanova over St. Mary's. Whew. Not an easy pick, but I'm still going to go with Villanova. I'm still going to go with Villanova. Purdue versus Old Dominion, my old stomping grounds. At least one of them. Shout out to my boy Brent Priestley Jr., you know what I'm saying? He goes to Old Dominion, but nephew. But he plays football for Old Dominion, not basketball. So, I'm going to go Purdue. Then we have 7th seed Cincinnati versus Iowa. I'm going to go with Cincinnati. Cincinnati's always physical. Then Tennessee, of course, I'm going with Tennessee over Colgate. Now we got the round of 32. We have Virginia over Oklahoma. Virginia's going to beat Oklahoma. They'll at least beat them. Villanova over against Purdue. I think Villanova and a great coach they have in Jay Wright will at least get them to the Sweet 16. They'll at least go that far. So I got Villanova over Purdue. I got Tennessee over Cincinnati. Villanova will lose to Tennessee. Oregon will beat UC Irvine. Oregon will beat UC Irvine, and then Oregon, because of the way they speed the game up, because of their athletes and the way they speed the game up, Oregon will beat Virginia. I got Tennessee beating Oregon, so Tennessee will make it to the Final Four. Then we got the West. We have Gonzaga facing a team who's gonna have to do a playing game. Gonzaga's not gonna lose as a number 1 seed. They're not gonna lose as a number 1 seed. Syracuse versus Baylor. Cuse all day. Then we have Marquette versus Murray State. As much as I respect Marquette, John Morant is gonna put on a show in this tournament. This is his time. John Morant, Murray State, they're going to win that game. Florida State versus Vermont. I'm rolling with Florida State. Shout out to the whole New York City area. St. John's, they playing game tonight. They will make it in to the tournament. Unfortunately, they play another New York team. Shout out to my baby girl. Amanda, an alum of the University of Buffalo, and Buffalo will beat St. John's Red Storm. Texas Tech will beat Northern Kentucky. We have Nevada, one of the darlings of last year's tournament, over Florida. Then we have the 2nd seed Michigan over Montana. Then we got the round of 32. We have Gonzaga. I like Syracuse. Jim Boeheim, even years where he doesn't, these are the years where Jim Boeheim shines in the tournament, where he doesn't have the team that's the number 1 seed, where he doesn't have the team with NBA, with a whole bunch of NBA talent. Because guess what? That zone fucks up everything. especially come tournament time, because people aren't used to it. This is a single elimination tournament. It fucks things up. Syracuse will advance and beat Gonzaga. Murray State versus Florida State. Murray State versus Florida State. And Florida State just plays very, very hard. I love their head coach. But like I said, I'll stand by it. And John Morant is going to put on a show. He's going to put on a show. Opening weekend. He will put on a show. Then we got Buffalo versus Texas Tech. How far can Buffalo take it? I think Buffalo could take it to the round of 16 and beat Texas Tech. Then we got Nevada versus Michigan. Nevada was last year's darlings. They was last year's darlings because of the Twins and all of that. Michigan is loaded. They have everything they need to win the national championship. Everything. Everything they need to win the national championship. And they'll beat Nevada. Now we got Michigan against Buffalo. I like Michigan. Now, reality will click in when Murray State plays Syracuse, because John Morant is not going to be able to monopolize the ball effectively against that zone. So I'm taking Syracuse. Now we have Michigan against Syracuse. I like Michigan to make it to the Final Four. Last but not least, we have the East, and we got my motherfucking Dukies. Got my motherfucking Dukies. I don't care what they play in the first round. You're getting smoked. Zion's dunking all over everybody. I don't give a fuck how you feel about it. So Duke's advanced to the round of 32. I think they're going to end up playing VCU. I think they're going to end up playing VCU. That's what I think. Because of the way VCU runs up and down, I'm really interested in seeing that game in the next round. I'm really interested to see that game in the next round. Then we have, so I think VCU will beat UCF. Mississippi State will beat Liberty. Virginia Tech will beat St. Louis. Now we have Belmont, who's going to have to play their way in. They're gonna have to go up against Maryland, and you know what? I like Maryland. Then we have LSU versus Yale. Some people think LSU is vulnerable. I don't. We have Louisville versus Minnesota. I like Louisville. We have Michigan State versus Bradley. I like Michigan State. Now we have Duke versus VCU. I like my Dukies. Virginia Tech versus Mississippi State. Virginia Tech versus Mississippi State. And you know what? I like Virginia Tech. Now we have Maryland. Maryland versus LSU. LSU's a damn good team. They're not getting the respect they deserve. I like LSU to make it to the round of 16. Then we have Michigan State versus Louisville. This is where coaching really shows itself come tournament time. Tom Izzo is one of the best coaches there is. I like Michigan State. So after that, we have Duke versus Virginia Tech. I'm taking my Dukies. We have LSU versus Michigan State. I'm taking Michigan State. Then we have Duke against Michigan State. I have Duke in the Final Four. So my Final Four is Duke, Tennessee, Michigan, and North Carolina. With Tennessee losing to North Carolina, Duke beating Michigan in a great game. Then Duke beating North Carolina in their fourth meeting this year. That is Bracketology one-on-one with me, your boy, your urban sports guru. Thank you very much. Guru, salute.